Alright, Stu gets in next. He said play one more.
fl0m, I want to hear your opinion on this. Do you think anyone regardless of age make it in the pro scene of the game of their choice if they devote the proper time that's needed for them to succeed? For example, someone in their mid-30s could go pro even if they have to devote more time than an 18 years old.
I just don't...
What's more important, the mental or physical side?
I mean, you don't really... I feel like you just like separated the into a weird spot at the end. Hold on. I mean, no, I don't. I mean, yeah, I think like you can play until your 30s, but if you're like trying to go pro at 35, no. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, there's very few things that people like. It's very taxing. It's very taxing to do. If I were to say you were gonna basically put your whole life on hold and travel 300 days out of the year, and you're like mid 30s, it's not as appealing. It's just not. If you want to do like start a family, have any sort of actual balance to life, you're pretty much fucked. So I don't think there's anything that stops somebody from playing into their 30s, but if they're not already playing, you're kind of fucked. Yeah, it's shot. It doesn't really have anything to do with, I mean, bro, people are playing fucking physical sports till you're telling me somebody's playing in the NFL to their 40s, but that you don't think they're going to be able to sit down and play a computer game till they're 40? I find that a bit hard to believe. But also, people make a lot of money playing video games professionally, but also at the same time, you know, it's not like you're making NFL money or NBA money where you're putting your entire life on hold. You're not doing anything. You're not developing anything. Very few people transition away from being a pro into something successful afterwards. You guys are going to name some people that have, and you're absolutely right, but also you're going to miss about 300 to fucking 500 people that haven't, you know? So that's just kind of how it is. You can become a streamer at any time. Well, I was also about to say, if you're like truly like good enough to go pro later in your years, I imagine you have other skills that would probably be successful in different ways where you could benefit yourself, where going pro is kind of stupid. Also, I love takes like this. Like, this is just mentally can't compete with a 20 something if you're 30 something. Like, what? Like, what? Bro, it just sounds like a fucking, just sounds like a YouTube comment. Absolutely not true. Like, what? One, you don't even start losing. Your like peak reaction time is like mid to late 20s. You don't have any sort of mental decline. And also, like, the only thing you can really base that off of is reaction time. But reaction time is like one of the most useless fucking things. I mean, it's relative and it can be relevant, but your reaction time in game is based off of your game sense and your actual IQ inside the game. Like, that's just such a poo take. Absolute poo. Depends on the game. I mean, when I'm talking like esports, I'm talking about like the games where you legitimately like the actual tier 1 games. I'm not trying to hate on other esports or something like that, but at the end of the day, if you can predict something and you've seen something before and you have a lot of experience with something, you're going to react to it naturally a lot faster than anybody, even if they have faster reactions than you. That's how it works. Right now, I'm 19, eat up 30 to 40 year olds. Yeah, and I fucking absolutely shit on everybody that I'm playing against 90% of the time. No, 99% of the time in Face It Bugs, unless they're a challenger player, even at 30. I mean, I know we got relegated. It's funny to joke about, but I was just playing challenger for what? 9 years, 10 years as my beer league. Like, yeah, good job, buddy. You're beating up on the 30 to 40 year olds that actually have wife, kids, a job, and they come back and they play for a couple hours and they're actually still holding their own at the top of it. It has nothing to do with you being 19 and them being older. It has everything to do with time allocation. Well, don't worry, you'll understand once you're older. So you're saying it mostly comes down to where you're at in life? If someone's willing to sacrifice their current life for a chance to go pro, it could be possible regardless of age. Yeah, but like I said, the older you get, like there's more things you want to do in life, you know?